Hello everyone, I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in purchasing this book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. The most common cause of power outages in the United States of America are wind, heat, ice, and snow. The most common causes of widespread power outages are trees where limbs can come into contact with power lines and they can cause interruptions during really high winds. Some of these outages can last much longer than just a few hours. Some can take days or even weeks to repair the damaged power lines and all of the equipment corresponding with it. As the majority of you know, we have a crumbling infrastructure where transformers are not kept up to date, but we also have Pacific Gas and Electric on the West Coast turning off power intentionally when the wind picks up. These outages do last for several days. In 2021, Texas, during a horrible winter storm where power was not working, 246 people died from causes related to the winter storm. These deaths were due to carbon monoxide poisoning, car crashes, drownings, house fires, and hypothermia. Many of these deaths could have been avoided with a heated blanket or a small space heater inside the home in order to keep warm. However, since the power was out, these people had absolutely no way to power their lives, so that they were lost, and the electric power was not the only industry to see failures. Natural gas wells and pipelines began freezing up too. Municipal water systems broke down in several southern states. Roads were closed due to snow and ice. Ranchers and farmers saw several losses due to the cold. In addition to these statistics, we have an extremely rapid growing population, which is also using more and more electricity in each home. Smart homes and programmable thermostats are the norm, whereas way in the past, we would only turn on things as they were needed. In addition to that, there are hundreds of people that lose their lives resulting from exposure to heat-related conditions, with the majority of them being elderly or the poor. How many of these deaths could have been avoided? If you live in a climate that exceeds 100 degrees regularly, a small window air conditioner can be the difference between life and death. However, if one of the main causes of power failures is caused by heat and too many people using the power at the same time, then the only option for a life-saving air conditioner, it would be a portable power station that is not connected to the grid. While many people only think of solar panels when they think of living off-grid, there are several components that are needed and they require regular maintenance to have a fully functional off-grid system. Portable power stations take the guesswork out of creating your own solar system. Off-grid solar power station is going to allow you to use the panels of your choice with a limited amount of input and a limited amount of output and battery storage. However, you do not need to purchase all of the panels, all of the batteries, all of the inverters and charge controllers separately. They are all included inside a single unit. They also do not require regular maintenance. These can be placed in storage when they're not being used, and the only maintenance is to verify that the unit is fully charged once every few months. These units last for several years, and they can be used for emergencies such as when the Texas ice storm killed several people, or each year when transformers and systems are overloaded and they are forced to shut down in the worst heat of the day when elderly and infants are the most vulnerable. A power station can also be a lifesaver in the event of a cyber attack where power is not available and critical infrastructure has been compromised. Simply put, a power station can be the difference between life and death. Being a YouTuber, I am fortunate to receive products to review from the solar companies in solar field. Today, we're going to be going over a 2,000 watt unit sold by FFpower that provides an option for emergency power outages, camping, and possibly off-grid living. So without further ado, here is an in-depth look at the FF Power Station and what it is capable of doing for you. testing of the FF power supply, running the TV DVD player, Roku box, laptop, modem, lamp, and alarm clock. All right, we are on FF Power doing a load of laundry and power. Did the whole thing. Currently testing the unit for input. I've got it set up with 2 jackeries via a port and Anderson cable. So it takes the Anderson, which is the red and black, looks like this, Anderson type cable. It also takes the type that is used for the EcoFlow products, which is this type. And it also came with the regular charging cord, but also has the Anderson to MC4 connector. These are kind of hard to find. And then it's got the cigarette lighter to Anderson cable also. So lots of different ways to charge the unit. Refrigerator test. Works. No issues after an hour. Air conditioner test. Works. We're just gonna do a quick overview of the front. It has a blue digital display. You have to press and hold the power button. It also has a flashlight or a light, regular light, which you also have to press and hold. It's got the cell phone chargers. It's got the EcoFlow. It's got the cigarette lighter or whatever you guys, 112 volt outlet, whatever you guys call it. It has a compartment cabinet up on the top. It comes with MC4 to Anderson connections. It comes with the standard connection for wall outlet input, and then it's got the Anderson to cigarette lighter. It has 6 AC outputs, and I could not get the unit to fail. So after this, we will go ahead and we will go over each page of the manual so that you can all pause it, or if you have any technical questions, it will be answered in the manual. Just giving you guys a quick update before we get to the manual. The FF Power Station did not let me down at all. I tested it on the refrigerator, microwave, air conditioner, my secondary refrigerator, which is the electric cooler, the washing machine, also a secondary washing machine, the television, DVD player, Roku box, laptop, this lighting, an alarm clock, and light all at the same time. I would not recommend overloading the unit, going beyond a 2,000 watt maximum capacity, but I did go ahead and run the refrigerator, air conditioner, and television all at the same time, and it did not overload. It did not stop functioning. So just wanted to let you guys know it is a really, really solid unit, and it is one that I recommend. Right now, the price is $16.99, which is kind of expensive, but not as expensive as you would normally think for a $2,000 unit. Usually when looking at a solar supply, you're looking at $1 per watt. So if it's a 500 watt unit, you're looking at 500. If it's a 1,000 watt unit, you're looking at 1,000. This one's 2,000 watts for $16.99. So it's actually a pretty solid deal. So let's go ahead and get to the manual so we can wrap this up and you can decide if this is the right unit for you. All right, we're doing this outside in the grass in the shade because last time there was just way too much interference with the video. So this is the FF portable power station, and here is the manual. And then feel free to go ahead and pause it if you need to make sure that you're reading it very carefully. But it does come with pretty much everything you need. And I do like the storage compartment on top of the unit. It reminds me of an old stereo with a CD case at the top. But yeah, it's got a 2,000 charge life cycle. That is pretty deep. And the weight is 22 kilograms. When I pick it up, it's really very heavy, but you can't expect a light unit for 2,000 watts. That's just not going to happen. It's a heavy duty machine, that's for darn sure. And I believe that the display is very similar to something that you would see on the EcoFlow EF Delta, but the charging is more for like Jackery panels. So it's a mixture of a lot of different solar units that I've come across. And they're just getting more and more technologically savvy and lower in cost with each and every unit, which is really, really great. However, I did hear that lithium ion is one of those things that's going to be a problem, the mining of lithium ion. So the batteries might become more expensive, making the units that were getting cheaper more expensive again. All right, and it's also in Chinese. So that is the FFpower portable power station. That's the outdoor generator and the user manual. I do recommend this unit. I think it's a really good unit. I, in fact, like it even more than the EcoFlow Delta. But that is completely up to you. Every generator is for a different person. Some people prefer gas, some prefer solar. I prefer solar because it's longer lasting and it doesn't cost as much to operate it once it's been paid for up front. So that's just my preference. If you just expect to have the power out for a week, do what you think is best. All right, folks, that's what I've got for you today. And I will go ahead and leave any links in the description. Do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.